everybody pops out to the corner shop because they know it's there. It's got all the basics that you need, and it doesn't need a car drive. It doesn't need an internet online and all that.
It's one of those places that's just so like the centre of the community. That was your main social interaction for a lot of people. I remember we had this elderly lady who used to come in every single day and just ask for one piece of Edwardian rock, like from the penny sweet jars, which I think was even difficult to weigh because I think the price of it probably came to about half a penny. I can't even remember if my mum charged her or just gave it to her for free. But that was a really crucial point in that woman's life every single day. Without fail, like clockwork, she'd come and get her one piece of Edwardian rock.
I remember Mary, this was right back in the 70s, when she'd come into the shop. She was nearly 100, lived on her own just on the corner. She was bent over with a stick and she'd always come in for bread and butter and jam. That's all the staple stuff what she'd buy. And Dad would say, go and help Mary, take her things, carry her things home, take her home. So we'd always go and take her home, hold her hand and carry her bag and take it in.
You heard all the local gossip and you also heard like all of the sad stories, like a little bit of free therapy really.
Yeah, so women who were domestic violence victims, they'd come in and whisper and cry and say things, about what's happening. And they hadn't got any money, so they'd give them free food or some money or, just a shoulder to cry on.
One of my earliest memories was my mum giving me the responsibility to sort out the penny sweet mixes. God, that power trip of like deciding which sweets went in the 10p mix and the 20p mix, and I'll come up with these amazing creations that then no one would buy, like a £1.50 mix when your pocket money was probably about 50p a week anyway.
I think we had a lot of fun because we saw things which we'd never have seen under normal circumstances.
I remember going really early in the morning to get some plug plants from the flower market, and then also like going to get the stock from the cash and carry. It was just so exciting, especially like in the aisles with all these enormous tubs of penny sweets.
When Dad had come back from cash and carry, we'd always help. We'd be excited because we'd always taste the new things first, the crisps and the chocolates and this and that. We used to go to the farms with him, like you said, at silly times, early morning, 5:30, 6. He used to go to a wholesale market in Bradford and to abattoirs as well because he had a halal meat section. But even from far, people used to come because they'd get the spices from us, Kashmiri chili powder, curry powder. Mum and Dad used to make their own, get all the fresh spices, giant bags, and then they'd know how much to put in to make the mixed curry powder. And then they'd pack it and seal it and price it. And it sold really well.
One of my favourite memories was rummaging through all the old cupboards in the back, finding new areas that we hadn't realised and finding old stock from like 40 years previously. I found this big stash of scratch and sniff birthday cards from the 70s. They just smelt of like fake orange and fake lemon. They were really, really yellowed and faded. So just doing like practical jokes, we just wrote in every single one of these scratch and sniff birthday cards and then posted them to our neighbours, but posted massive amounts. Probably really annoyed them, and it probably wasn't as funny as I thought it was when I was 9.
Now looking back, it was seeing Mum and Dad being so popular and so caring and so relevant to the community.
I think there is a future in this sort of trade, but you have to come up with all these new ideas all the time. I think that's all that's going to happen in the future.
When you need a loaf of bread and butter and jam and milk, you're not going to go on a nap and wait. You need it there and then.
I saw it as just really comforting and homely. But yeah, I think that it felt like a real end of an era. But it is still there. A new owner is still running it. So there must still be a value in it.
It's just a simple, straightforward transaction where you pick up what you need and you pay for it and you get a nice smile from the shopkeeper as well.